Now let's gain a different perspective from Benedetto Conversano, a non-executive director, advisor, entrepreneur and ex-CIO who has spent his career in retail and consumer goods. Hello, Benedetto. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Nadira. Thanks for having me.
Benedetto, KPMG's research shows that while 47% of retailers say AI is core to their business, most are stuck running isolated pilots that never scale. What separates organisations that successfully scale AI from those trapped in endless experimentation?
Yeah, and actually it doesn't surprise me that still many retailers, many companies have not been able to realize value from AI. Because I believe, despite we have such a powerful technology, the mistakes we have been doing in the last 20 years in terms of digital transformation continue to be done. And what are the typical mistakes of digital transformation project? We don't start with a clear business objective in mind, and we pretend to buy a technology and then just a way to use it. It doesn't work. Organizations that succeed are the ones that have very clear in mind the business problem that they want to solve, what are the objectives, and then bring in the right technology for the right reason. What's the right reason for AI? Well, when you want to find correlations and causality among, in a big amount of data, that's one reason. When you want to do prediction, or when you want to do simulation at high speed. If we don't understand how to use the technology, then it's like complaining that we have a Ferrari that makes 300 kilometers per hour and we pretend to go fast in the streets of Cairo. It doesn't work.
Now, Linda just emphasised the importance of trust, both in AI outputs and in reassuring colleagues that the tech is there to help them, not replace them. How have you seen boards successfully navigate this human dimension of transformation while still driving the necessary organisational change?
And I would say actually the human dimension of transformation is the most important element of transformation I've seen in my 30 years running digital transformation. So trust, we need to start with education. Successful organizations are the ones that have been able to craft an effective education program so that from the boardroom below, everybody understands really what we are talking about. In one advisory board where I serve, we have even a professor from the academics who is constantly helping us understand better what the technology really can do. The second element, and it goes back to understanding what we are talking about, the trust towards AI has been eroded by the first unsuccessful experiment with Gen AI, which is only a part of it. And hallucinations were very common 2 years ago. They are much less common now. And but still people, don't believe really AI is saying the right thing, but actually it's Gen AI that a couple of years ago had much more problems. The most traditional and good old-fashioned component of AI, which is machine learning and deep learning, is scientifically proven to be much more accurate in outcomes than what a human being can do. And then there is the third element, which is there is too much sales of creating efficiency with the adoption of AI, cut costs, reduce people, which is, of course, frightening people. And then we want to run initiatives that are AI-driven, and it's like inviting turkeys for Thanksgiving, right? I don't believe efficiency is really what we are going after here. I think it's effectiveness and improvement of business processes.
And from a governance standpoint, what are the critical questions directors should be asking to ensure both value creation and responsible AI deployment?
So we have been talking about value creation, how to improve the value creation. I would like to focus more on the area of governance, which is really a concerning thing. And I don't want to create fear, but being objective in understanding that especially because now I have to mention Gen AI, there is so much of misinformation, disinformation, malinformation created out there, and these are three distinct type of problem that company need to be aware of. And I think stepping up the internal governance of the company so that there is a way to filter and the information that gets into the company, so that employees cannot be misled in the decision that they are making, is extremely important. It's a new type of problems that organizations need to resolve.
And finally, Benedetto, you've always focused on delivering results while building sustainable capabilities. As we look ahead, what advice would you give to retail executives who need to balance immediate AI wins with longer-term organizational transformation?
Well, in the short term, I have no doubt. I think the big opportunity that comes with AI, so the business problem to be resolved, is improving customer experience. There are too many retailers where both the physical and the digital customer journey is really broken. And then, of course, you lose customer, basically, and you lose business. So I think focusing on this aspect of the business can be very quickly incredible results. And for the long term, my advice would be to companies start to relook at their business strategy with an AI lens. Because the potential that this brings to the business is immense. And again, I want to underline, is not cost saving, it's about effectiveness of business processes and quality of decision making. And I think organizations who are delaying too much this change in their strategic approach may not be there simply in a few years.
Benedetto, your cross-industry and board-level perspective adds crucial dimension to understanding how retailers can move from experimentation to genuine transformation. Thank you for those insights.
Thank you, Nadira.
I do hope you've enjoyed this exploration of AI's role in transforming the retail sector and indeed all of the industries we've covered in this unique global series. I would like to thank all the guests who have joined us to share their insights during the filming of AI Frontiers and our sponsors, KPMG. This is clearly a pivotal moment for businesses. Change is happening fast and reshaping many companies, but the excitement and opportunities this is unlocking along the way has been clearly articulated in each episode. Thank you for joining me for these timely discussions. Goodbye for now.